terrified too. And I'm not even there. I'm scared. I don't know about y'all, but I am scared. Hey, what is up, society? It is your favorite wannabe influencer and sovereign Koi, and I know you're about to chew me up in the comments. I know. I've been gone. Y'all, I needed a break, Yana. I'm sorry, I really needed a break. Okay, I had really bad mental burnout, and I don't know if you've been following me since the beginning of the year, but if you have, I did say in my very beginning of the year video that if I'm not feeling good up here, I just cannot perform well here. I want to give you guys my best self always, so I'm always going to film when I'm actually feeling good. And I sometimes push myself past my breaking point, and then that's what causes like the long break. So next year, I'm gonna really be trying to push, make sure that I'm not literally having a mental breakdown, that I'm not like literally going crazy, because I can show up for you guys. And also, I just had a lot of personal stuff going on too that kept me away from filming. Like, too much going on, y'all. I don't know why this end of the year is trying to get my ass, but yeah, you know, I had to get that handled. It was almost, all my stuff is almost back in order. Crazy life for me. But yeah, I'm not gonna hold you guys on for any longer. I have some really crazy stories here, and they're gonna actually be surrounding the holidays, because y'all know that Thanksgiving is coming up. This, guys, when it's gonna go up, I forgot exactly when, but when it goes up, it's probably be Thanksgiving coming up soon. So happy Thanksgiving to everyone. I hope that you guys have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and drop down below what y'all do for Thanksgiving, because maybe I'll be posting on my Instagram probably my story, what I'll be having for my family. So yeah, I'm not gonna be holding you guys on for any longer. Let's just get right into these crazy stories, because this is gonna be a good one. All right, let's get into it. Let go. Y'all know that the Godfather is on and activated, because I am blind as a bitch. Let's just get into this very first story. Am I the asshole for refusing to let my brother bring his girlfriend to Thanksgiving after she disrespected my wife? Girl, not you being a girlfriend and disrespecting the family already. Bitch, you ain't even got the ring on. Okay. Let's read into it. I, 31 male, am married to Lily, 30 female. My brother Josh, 29 male, recently started dating Lindsay, 27 female. See, the bitch named Lindsay, you should have knew she was an asshole. Continuing. And while she's been polite at family events, Lily feels Lindsay has made some passive-aggressive comments. For example, at a recent barbecue, Lindsay said that it was selfish that Lily and I weren't planning to have kids anytime soon. Girl, get up my uterus! Get up my uterus! Go worry about swallowing his kids. Don't be worried about what's going on over here. I can't stand people who do that. Like, okay, you know what? Hold yourself. Okay? No, fuck that. Bitch, don't try to tell nobody when they should or should not be having kids, okay? I understand when people are curious. You can be like, oh, when you're having kiddos or whatever. You know, I understand that when somebody's been together for a long time, you might want to know, because usually when people get married, they do have kids. But bitch, don't be saying that it's selfish. Girl, who are you? Are you going to be raising these kids? I didn't think so, ho. Oh. Can y'all tell that I'm crashing out at the end of the year? Continue. Lily felt uncomfortable, but I didn't say anything at the time. Another incident happened at a family dinner when Lindsay remarked, "I'm surprised you two are happy without kids. You must be really good at being selfish." Oh, Lindsay, girl. I'm finna show you how selfish I can really be. Okay, we're breathing. Lily was hurt by that comment. It made her feel like Lindsay was judging our life choices. That's exactly what she's doing. Most recently, at a birthday party, Lindsay made a comment about Lily's career, saying, "It's cute that you're working part-time with no kids, while Josh and I are really focusing on our careers." We're breathing. We're breathing. Continuing. Lily was annoyed, but didn't say anything because she didn't want to start drama. Lindsay's the one starting drama. Like, I've never heard of a bitch named Lindsay who is not a fake ass bitch. Like, I don't know about y'all, but like, sorry for any of my supporters who are named Lindsay. But girl, you need to change your name to Leland or something like that, or Cece or something. I don't know, sweetheart. But any Lindsay I've heard of or seen, they all assholes. So I don't really know. But continuing, we're breathing, guys. We're breathing. Continue. Thanksgiving is at our house this year. And when Josh asked if he could bring Lindsay, I told him that I prefer if she didn't come. Period. I explained that some of her comments had made Lily feel disrespected, and I didn't want that to ruin the holiday. Josh got upset and said that I was being petty. Okay. He argued that I was overreacting and that Lindsay was just being honest. Sweetheart. Just because it's something that you're being honest about doesn't mean that we have to give a shit. Okay? Okay? You're entitled to have an opinion. You're entitled to have an opinion, but you're also entitled to not getting invited places. You're also entitled to being judged. You're also entitled to being kicked the fuck out. You're also entitled to getting your ass beat. Take that, honesty, ho. So anyway, just being honest. But I stood my ground, period. Now Josh states that he won't come if Lizzie isn't invited. Okay? The fuck? Baby, more turkey for us. Amen? Continuing. And my parents are caught in the middle. My mom thinks that I'm being too harsh, but I feel like I'm just standing up for my wife. Am I the asshole for refusing to let my brother bring his girlfriend to Thanksgiving? No. 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 Hello? No. Niet. Nej. Nine. Bitch. What language you want? No. There's nothing wrong with that. See, that's what I was saying earlier. You are entitled to your own opinions. You're entitled to your own thoughts. You're entitled to say what the fuck you want to. Bitch, this is America. Well, I don't know where y'all from, but if you from America, this is America. Okay? You free spirit. You can say whatever you feel like you need to come out your mouth. Okay? If that's what you feel like you gotta do it. But here's the thing though. When you do that, just be expecting to take the consequences, take the repercussions. If somebody doesn't want you around because you're too honest, if people don't invite you places because you're too honest, if your ass is constantly being talked about and nobody fucking likes you and nobody wants to help you and nobody wants to spend time with you because you're too honest, take that shit. That's the thing. That's what we getting me about people who are too honest. Like, you want to be too honest when nobody asked for your fucking opinion. Nobody asked you. It would be different if somebody was like, if Lily and him came up to you and was just like, hey, Lindsay, what do you think about us not having kids? Like, what do you think about that? And then you give your opinion. That would be different because they asked you for your opinion. They asked you what you thought. Okay, now they don't like what you had to say. Okay, whatever. Don't ask me for shit then. But they didn't ask you, Lindsay Kins. They didn't ask you. You just took it upon yourself to open your motherfucking mouth and say some shit about some other people's motherfucking life. And on top of that, too, your bitch ass don't even got no kids. You and your man are not even planning on having no kids right now. You're focusing on your careers. But you're mad about them not having kids? Bitch, who the fuck are you? You gonna be here raising these kids? I don't think so. You gonna be paying for some diapers? I don't think so. You gonna be dropping them off at doctor's appointments? I don't think so. You gonna be taking care of them when they sick? I don't think so. Is your sex life gonna be put on hold? I don't think so. Like, bitch, so no, I hate people like this. Like, don't get mad when people don't want your bum ass around because you giving your fucking opinion. Nobody asked for it, ho. So no, OP, I don't think that you're overreacting at all, okay? If the parents are torn, then they got some character flaws because, baby, you should not be torn about nothing. His girlfriend needs to be checked. Bitch, you're a girlfriend. You're not even a fiance. You're not even a wife. You're not even a part of the family. And you think that you have the right to be speaking on my relationship? On me and my wife? We're married. What are you? Disposable. Amen? Like, girl, no. So if your parents are torn, to me, I think that's a character flaw. I don't think they should be invited either. Have Thanksgiving with you and your wife. Okay? And your imaginary child. You know what? Get Elf on the shelf. Put his ass up there on the motherfucking fireplace and be like, this is our kid. We call him Elfie. The fuck? Like, no, I just can't. So, OP, you are not the asshole. I'm sure that the society is going to agree with me. No, you're not the asshole. Your parents need to just go ahead and be like, okay, well, Lindsay is the problem. And if your fucking brother can't check her or accept what it is, then it is what it is. And my thing is, why won't Lindsay go spend time with her family? Lindsay ain't got no family. She has to. She got to at least have with mama and daddy unless they dead. So she probably got some family who don't want to deal with her punk ass on the holidays either. So she's trying to bum her bitch ass off with somebody else. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's one thing. That's one of them things where it's to fuck around and find out. Open your motherfucking mouth, cause problems, be drama filled. Then go ahead, baby. Go ahead with your drama. You're not gonna be around nobody. You're gonna die alone. So now, y'all drop your opinions down below. That's all I gotta say about Miss Lindsay. Hello. Moving on. Am I the asshole for telling my sister she's not allowed to bring her homemade food to Thanksgiving because her cooking ruins the meal? No. 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 I'm sorry. As a foodie, and Thanksgiving is my favorite fucking holiday out of the entire year, bitch, if you're ruining Thanksgiving, you gotta go. This is the one holiday out the year where it's all about food. This is the one holiday out the year that is all about food. The focal point is food. If you're fucking up the food, bitch, you're fucking up the whole holiday. What? Anyway, every year our family does a big Thanksgiving dinner, and we all typically bring a dish or two. My sister, who's a lovely person in every other way, insists on cooking something homemade every time. The issue? She's not a great cook. And I don't mean just not great. I mean, she somehow manages to turn classic dishes into borderline inedible creations. Oh my God. Okay. For context, last Thanksgiving, she showed up with her special recipe stuffing that was over seasoned with random spices like cinnamon and cardamom. Oh, what's cardamom? I've never heard of that seasoning. Cardamom is a spice that comes from the seeds of plants in the ginger family. Ginger can be very strong sometimes, and it's a common ingredient in many dishes. Flavor. Cardamom has a warm and slightly pungent flavor. Uses. Cardamom is a popular ingredient in South Asian dishes like curries, kheer, which I don't know what that is, Indian rice pudding. Oh, okay. And chai. Okay. So, okay. Interesting. If it's anything like, Indian curry, I mean, it might sound like it's okay in a dish, but maybe if it's like a really strong thing, kind of like a strong like garlic or like a lot stronger like salt, you don't want to add too much of that because then it will just overpower the entire dish. But cinnamon and dressing and stuffing is different. Dressing and stuffing is not the same thing. Dressing is for blacks, stuffing is for whites. Okay? Argue with your mama. Okay, so she has a whole bunch of random seasonings in it, like cinnamon and cardamom. Okay, cool. Continuing. It was dry, and the flavors were confusing and totally off for stuffing. Only one person took a small bite, and the rest went untouched. Lord. Another year, she brought a green bean casserole, and that had some strange, chewy texture. She later admitted that she used coconut milk and almond flour to experiment. No one wanted seconds of that either. Baby girl, you have the rest of the year, okay, before November to experiment. Why are you experimenting on the food holiday? I don't understand what is going on with you. You have so many other holidays that you can experiment with that type of stuff. Baby, you could have did that on Independence Day, 4th of July, if you wanted to experiment. Girl, if you one of them people who like to experiment on Thanksgiving, okay, there's a warm place for you. I'm not going to tell you where. Warm place, okay? Don't do that. Practice throughout the year. Continuing. This year, I'm hosting Thanksgiving. Since I'm responsible for putting it all together, I wanted to keep the menu consistent so that people can enjoy a cohesive meal, period. I thought I'd avoid drama by asking her to bring non-food items instead, like wine, soda, or even some flowers. Right, things that she can't touch. Things that she can't tamper with. Continuing, I explained to her, very kindly, I thought, that I just wanted to make things easy and streamlined, and I'll handle the main dishes, but she didn't take it well. I mean, girl, come on. Like, quit acting like you delusional. If people don't want your fucking food, people don't want your food, bitch. Like, you go on there, okay? Call Gordon Ramsay. Okay, like, I don't understand what you want me to say. She got offended and told me that I was being controlling and shutting her out of all the family gatherings. Girl, everybody's mouths is shut, okay? So you shutting their mouths out of the family gathering. She then accused me of making her feel inadequate and said that Thanksgiving is about everyone contributing, not me deciding what's acceptable. That is you contributing, sweetheart. We all like a little wine, okay? A little bit of flowers. Bitch, make a wreath. Well, fuck. Continuing. I told her that everyone appreciates her efforts, but that she can contribute in other ways and still be a part of it. Exactly. She doubled down and said that she's bringing her famous green bean casserole, whether I like it or not. Okay, we're going to push it on the far end of the table that nobody's going to touch. Nowhere near all the actual food. So anyway, now my mom and a couple family members have chimed in, saying that I should let her bring whatever she wants because it's Thanksgiving and it's the thought that counts. Bitch, this ain't no socks or no panties or no motherfucking Bath and Body Works fucking set for Christmas. Okay, this is the food holiday. This is Thanksgiving. Okay, baby, we're not eating with thoughts and prayers over here. So it's not the thought that counts. It's really not. Okay, why are you playing around in the kitchen? Why are you wasting groceries? Okay, baby, groceries is too high for you to be playing around in the kitchen with it, especially on the food holiday. Okay, y'all are saying that she needs to bring something that is inedible around actual edible food. Bitch, get the FDA in the fucking line. Okay, get them on the line. Call them ASAP. I will call them for you. Because y'all know that y'all not finna eat that shit. And I hate when people do this. Like, y'all just do it because y'all be trying to lower the drama and not making a big deal. But y'all just be honest with this girl, okay? This is the time when you need to call Lindsay. Okay, get her on the phone. So she can be honest with this bitch. Your food's nasty. Okay, it's not good. Okay, you make everybody else lose their appetite. Okay, you're shutting our mouths out from being able to eat because you're bringing this not FDA approved meal. If you even want to call it a meal. So anyway, they're acting like I'm committing some huge offense by wanting the food to be enjoyable for everyone and not have random experimental dishes that no one wants to eat. Exactly. But I feel like I'm just trying to get the meal enjoyable and frankly edible. Exactly. I don't think it's wrong to want guests to actually enjoy the food, especially when I'm putting in a lot of effort to host. Am I really being unreasonable here? Am I the asshole? No. No. No, like this is so clear, like clear cut. Like once again, y'all know I'm already saying my shit throughout the story. I don't give a fuck. If people don't like me, you can go ahead and unsubscribe. But at the same time, like, no, like this is not the holiday to do that. I'm sorry. It's just not. OP, you are not the asshole, okay? But if the family is really bitching and whining and the bitch just obviously feel like she just delulu, if nobody touched it and ate it last year, what makes you think they'll bring it this year? Like food that wants to get ate is gonna get ate. Even if people gotta take to-go plates, baby, it's gonna go in somewhere. Your shit wasn't even touched. Nobody even took a bite out of the hoe. And you think that you're gonna bring it again? Yo, famous girl. Who is it famous by? Who is it famous by? Like, what? Like, she reminds me of this one girl. When I remember like a few years ago, I went to a lake house with a couple of friends, and I was the only black person there. It was like me and like one Hispanic guy, and then the rest of them was white. And this white girl, it was like my friend's cousin's girlfriend. She was just like raving about her food and saying, yeah, I can cook and all this extra stuff. And my fucking friends, everybody had to cook something. Everybody had to make a little meal or whatever. And like, my friend who was the host had said, hey, skip to this timestamp if y'all want to go to the next story. But like, my friend was like, oh, can you cook? I'm like, come on, like this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know that not everybody that's this color can cook, but at the same time, baby, the chances are pretty high. Okay, amongst the masses, I'm the only really melanated person here. So, yeah, I can. But she was always raving about her food, and she was like, she kept on using her little boyfriend as her little thing or whatever. She's like, yeah, I can cook, Peter, and da 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 da. And I was just like, okay, cool. So she was in charge of dinner, I think like the first night or something like that, and she had made like Alfredo, but it was like pasta and then the sauce on the side. And I was like, okay. And it was just sauce out the jar, which that's fine. I use sauce out the jar sometimes too. I can make it from scratch, but I use like the jar, but no extra seasonings, no meat, nothing, just separate pasta and sauce. So I said, okay, this is cute. And so then the next morning, I think she was in charge of breakfast. And y'all, okay, I tried to have high hopes for my girl, but that morning I was woken up by the smell of burning. And I was just like, what the fuck? I leap up on my skin. So I'm just like, baby, hey, hello, what's going on? I hop up and everybody's sitting at the table. And I was the last one to wake up. So everybody's sitting at the table and I see them with plates. And I come over and I kid y'all not, y'all. I kid y'all not. This is not an exaggeration. I came over to the table and this is their faces. Like they're looking at us like, please help us, Koi. Please. And I'm looking, I kid y'all not. This bitch she said that they was called omelets. She made like these square burnt patties made with scrambled eggs. Like she scrambled up the eggs and then she like smushed them together to make like these deformed squares and then burned them on each side, literally black, burned them, and then served them to people and said that those were omelets. And I looked and I was just like, Jasmine, honey, this is not an omelet. I'm sorry, this is not an omelet. And they literally, bless their souls. We was only two girls, by the way. Bless their hearts. But they was literally dousing the burntlets, that's what I call them, in hot sauce to eat them. Okay. And I just told her, I said, sweetheart, I'm sorry. Don't make me one. I'm not eating that. So I went into the kitchen and I actually made an omelet. Okay. And I showed her and I said, Jasmine, sweetheart, see how this is yellow? You see how it's a half circle? This is an omelet. Okay, yeah, and everybody was telling me we didn't want to hurt our feelings, but it was so not good. We had to douse it in like all this like hot sauce stuff. And I said, I don't know why y'all ate that. Y'all should just told her no. That's her. Okay, that's her. I really, OP, I don't think that you were the asshole at all. Like, some people really just can't cook, but if your family is giving you a hard time, if they're arguing with you or whatever the fuck about it, let her bring it and let her shit just sit there. Even though I really don't think that you should be planning food, especially with groceries being so high. But if that's what they want to do and they want to give you a hard time, then just let it happen. And I personally just don't understand how people still don't know how to cook when there's so many cookbooks out there, when there's so much information on the internet. Like, I really just don't understand how people are still fucking up meals to this day. Like, you're just not trying at this point. You're trying to kill us at this point. Okay? I'm treating this as a hate crime. Anywho, not the asshole, OP. Moving on. There's a quick little update. Diana, let's get into it. All right, so Thanksgiving is just a little over 2 weeks away, and somehow things have escalated even further than I thought possible. What you mean? I thought maybe my sister's Thanksgiving trio experience would be the peak of the drama. Well, turns out I was wrong. Okay, so I'm guessing that she's just like including all the meals that she's made in the past. Since the last update, which I don't see another update, y'all, this is the only two. Since the last update, my sister has become fully committed to making her dishes the main attraction. She's been dropping hints in the family group chat, which I'm still not included in, but shout out to my cousin for the screenshots, about how this Thanksgiving will be the one to remember and calling it her Thanksgiving debut. Girl, what you think you is, a K-pop idol? Okay. She's apparently been referring to herself as the Thanksgiving head chef and has hinted that she's bringing some kind of culinary surprise centerpiece that will transform the whole experience. Okay, so what I'm hearing is that we're going to transition from living to death. Got it. Okay? From what I can piece together, she's been planning a main statement dish in addition to her original 3 side dishes. I'm picturing something equally bizarre, but on a much larger scale. And honestly, I'm terrified. I'm terrified too. And I'm not even there. I'm scared. I don't know about y'all, but I am scared. If her green bean castle was already pushing it, I can't even imagine what she thinks is worthy of being the centerpiece. Girl, death on a plate. Then, to make things even weirder, my mom texted me privately and suggested that I set back this year and let my sister shine, since she's so excited about her contributions. No worries. No worries. I'm no longer hosting Thanksgiving. I'm no longer hosting. You're going to host it at her house, and I'm going to make my own shit over here. And I'm going to be eating food over here. Don't come over here and don't call me. I'm eating my own shit, and y'all going to be over there with Demon Dog. Continuing. My mom thinks that if we give her this moment, it'll make her happy, and she'll get it out her system. She even hinted that maybe I should focus on decorations and drinks instead of the main dishes, which feels like an attempt to turn hosting over to my sister without actually saying it. Baby, she can host at her house. She's not bringing that waste into my home. I'm sorry, no. So now I'm left with the choice. Go along with my mom's plan and let my sister essentially hijack Thanksgiving, or keep pushing back and risk a family showdown. I just wanted a nice Thanksgiving with dishes everyone would enjoy. But it seems like I'm either about to hand over the whole meal to her or prepare for some serious drama. Girl, no you not. Not this holiday season. Thanksgiving isn't even here yet. It already feels like a circus. I'm half tempted to just sit back and see what chaos unfolds. But part of me is still worried about subjecting the whole family to whatever artistic statement she has planned. Girl, once again at the asshole. This is what you do, OP. This is what you do. In the light of the Thanksgiving season, just cook at your house and let her and tell her you're no longer hosting. She's not going to host this fiasco at your home. No. She wants to do this crazy experiment. She can experiment at her house or at your parents' house. But she's not about to bring that shit over here. So that's what you'll say. Just keep it like that. Keep it quick, sweet, smooth. For the family members who want to come to your house for some actual good food, then they can. But if they want to go to her little experiment, then they can. Or you tell them, okay, well, she's no longer allowed to host here, so I'm just going to be staying at home and hosting myself and my partner if I have one, or, just sitting here and just being with me and cooking real food. And if people want to come over and have a good meal after her little experiment or whatever the fuck, then y'all are more than welcome. But I'm not going to be participating. So it's up to you. And on top of that, too, it's based off of what you really care about more. Do you care about more about spending time with your family or having good food to eat? That's really where it comes down to. Like, me, this is my favorite holiday, and I will not allow it to be ruined. So if I have to be by myself without my family and just have my food and be at my home, that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to do the back and forth. I'm not going to do the arguing. I'm not going to do none of that. I'm just going to cook for me. Go ahead and have me a nice good plate. Watch me a good show, get the itis and go to sleep. I'm going to go right into hibernation. I'm not about to be dealing with it. And to me, I don't like drama. I don't understand why there's always family drama around the holidays. That's just not me. If you're going to have drama and shit, I'm just not going to deal with it. Point blank, period. Me, my whole thing is good food and peace. That's my main objective. If it's not going to be that, then whatever's not going to make it that, I'm going to cut it out. But it's up to you. So I don't think that you're the asshole once again, but just decide on what is best for you. Y'all drop your opinions down below. Moving on. Am I the asshole for refusing to host Thanksgiving after being stuck with it for the past 5 years? I'm going to automatically say no. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Anyway, I, 38 male, have been hosting Thanksgiving for my family every year since I bought my house 5 years ago. This includes my parents, siblings, their spouses, kids, and occasionally extended family. In total, it's about 20 people. I don't mind cooking, but the problem is no one ever helps. I do all the grocery shopping, meal prep, cooking, and the massive cleanup afterwards. What? Last year, I asked for help, but everyone either ignored me or gave me some lame excuse like I'm not good in the kitchen or I don't know how to cook. Baby, you can't peel a potato? You can't cut up a green? You can't get out some peas? Get the fuck out of here. Okay, continue. Meanwhile, they're sitting around while I'm running around the kitchen all day. After the meal, same thing. They sit around chatting and drinking while I'm the only one cleaning up. Absolutely not. 20 people? This year, I said enough is enough. I told them that I'm not hosting Thanksgiving. I suggested that everyone either step up or we can split the cost of catering. Cue the drama. Of course, my siblings flipped out, complaining about how it's tradition for me to host. Said by who? Baby, you can't call me a tradition. Hello? Continuing. My mom called me selfish, and my aunt said that I was ruining Thanksgiving for the kids because they love coming to my house. We're breathing. We're breathing. Now, they're all upset with me, calling me lazy. We're breathing. We're breathing. We're breathing. Fuck that, bitch. Lazy? I'm lazy? I've been cooking for you, sorry sack of slobs, for the past 5 years, and I'm lazy? 5 años, and I'm lazy? Okay. Let me make sure I'm clear. You've been doing like the cooking, the cleaning. Okay, giving them a house to sit in, like giving them conversations to have wasn't good. Like major deduction. Like I'm just not. Oh, lazy. I need a minute. Lazy. You about to get a lazy eye. Okay. Now they're all upset with me, calling me lazy and saying that I'm ruining the holiday. Honestly, I'm tired of being treated like a personal chef and a cleanup crew every year. But now I feel guilty for putting my foot down. So, am I the asshole for refusing to host Thanksgiving? Edit. Thank you to everyone for your thoughts and opinions. I didn't expect so many responses, and I really appreciate the support and perspective shared. It's been reassuring to know that I wasn't being unreasonable in the situation. Thanks again. I'm glad that you came back with the update. You're not being unreasonable. No, you're not the asshole. Absolutely fucking not. This is what I'm saying. It couldn't be me. Because how ungrateful do you have to be? Like, truly, how ungrateful do you have to be? Like, this literally reminds me of my grandmother. Like I was saying earlier, she's 80 years old. My grandma used to host Thanksgiving all the time. We were just talking and she said, I can't do it anymore. I can't get all the groceries. I can't prep all that food. I can't literally do the cleanup. I can't do all of that. I'm older. And even if you're not older, you're only, 38? I think you said, OP? Yeah, almost 40. That's still a lot. That's a lot for 20 people. Do you know how much food that is? And then it sounds like they're not pitching in any money either. So you coming out of hundreds of dollars. I've only spent some money on my Thanksgiving food, and my stuff cost maybe like $100 for like me to give like maybe 5 plates out. I can't imagine how much the bill is for 20, including yourself, 21. You're doing all the shopping, all the prep, all the cooking, probably the serving as well, and all the cleanup. How could y'all possibly think that that's okay? Like, it's different if your family member says, I don't need any help. Like, me personally, I wouldn't host this many people anyway. But if I was hosting, I'm the type of person where I don't really like anybody in the kitchen with me. I don't want nobody prepping. I don't want nobody helping me. I like to cook by myself. So that would be different if you were like somebody like me, where I like to just cook and everything like that. I would like some cleanup. Like, would like some people to help me clean up. But at the same time, I'm very meticulous and I'm very picky. So I know, because I'm meticulous, I don't mind just doing it all myself. Because I want my dishes back in a certain way. I want my stuff washed in a certain way. I want certain things to be put in the dishwasher. I'm very meticulous. So it's like, if you were like me, I would get them saying something. But like, you're not. You've been gracious enough to host all this time. You've been nice enough to do so. But now you're asking, hey guys, can you at least help me out with a little bit of something? Either helping me with the prep, like peeling some fucking potatoes, cutting up some shit. I don't know, prepping the fucking water for me to boil some stuff, setting the oven for me, setting out the plates, helping me wash dishes, or if you can't do dishes, then help me get some disposable plates and forks so we can just throw everything out so I don't have to worry about as much cleanup. Like, what in your right mind makes you believe that it's okay for y'all to just use somebody, and when they ask y'all for some help, y'all just were there ruining Thanksgiving? How are they ruining Thanksgiving? Like 20 people, none of y'all know how to cook? Why aren't y'all not bringing your own meals? Why is this the only person doing all the fucking work? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. OP, you have every single fucking right in the world to say fuck these motherfuckers. Okay? Do what the hell I'm doing this year. Cooking for myself and maybe giving a handful of plates out to people who weren't complete assholes. But it's not like out of all 20 of them, they all shitty. So I wouldn't be cooking for nobody. To be honest, I would go to the grocery store, give me just enough for me to cook for me, and then sit and do what the hell I'm finna be doing. Cook, get the itis, and go to hibernation. See y'all next Tuesday. Like, no, LP, you're not the asshole. Your family is so ungrateful. I'm so sorry that you're dealing with that. Like, I would never want to deal with a family who is so ungrateful like that. And that's the reason why I really don't hang out with a lot of extended family like that. And like, I just don't know. Like, and like I was saying with my grandmother, I told her next year, like I said, Granny, if you want everybody to come around, if you really want everybody to be together, then I will come and I will help you. I will take you grocery shopping. I will help you prep. And she was like, you know what, we'll be a good team. And I said, yeah, let's just do that. Because if you really want to, my grandma about to be 80 years old. I'm not saying she ain't got that many years left because, her mama lived to almost 100. So it's like, but still, my granny is getting older. Like, if she wants to see all her family together, I will come and help my grandma out because I don't mind doing that. You know what I'm saying? For older, elderly people. But even though you're not old, OP, they still should be helping you out. And like, if you're that type of family member, stop doing that. You can set some plates out. You can cut up some potatoes. You can cut up some greens. Okay, you can mix a bowl up with some cornbread. Like, quit. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay. Well, yeah, y'all drop your opinions down below. OP, hopefully you host yourself this year, or hopefully some of y'all need to step up to the plate. If not, fuck them. That's all I got. Hell up out of here. Moving on. All right, guys, for this last story, it does not have anything to do with the holidays, but I saw the title and I just couldn't pass it up. Okay, this is too juicy. Okay, so let's just get right on into it. Am I the asshole for telling my husband that his affair child is not welcome in our home? And if he wants custody, he will have to move out? Girl, my husband and I have been married for 9 years. In 2021, we found out that my husband was being sued for child support. Turns out my husband had an affair shortly after we were married. Girl, it nearly ended our marriage. Nearly? Okay. But we went to counseling together and I agreed to stay in the marriage with the following provisions. My husband was to get a second job so that his child support payments did not affect our household budget, and that at no point in time would I ever consider having a relationship with this child. Okay, if he wanted to pursue one with them, fine, but I have absolutely zero interest in this kid. I'm gonna save it because this is similar to that other story that we read with that woman. But this is different though. You've been with this man all the time, but continuing. So my husband has been getting to know this kid over the past couple of years, and recently my husband came to me and informed me of some baby mama drama. Apparently, she has to self-surrender in May and is going to be incarcerated for 8 months. Dude, who the heck was you laying around with? He over here with Al Capone. Sorry. Continue. My husband told me that he needed to take custody while his affair partner was locked up. Otherwise, the kid would have to go with the grandparents, who basically live on the opposite coast from us. Their kid doesn't want to have to change schools, or to be far away from their friends or dad, or their mom. She'll be actually doing her time fairly local to us. Okay, so she'll be close. Okay. What the hell she do? So, after my husband told me that, I got up and left the house. I went to the grocery store on the corner and grabbed a copy of our area's apartment guide, went back home, and handed it to him. Girl! He asked if I was serious. I told him that I still felt the same way I did 3 years ago. He said that he didn't think that it was fair considering the extenuating circumstances. I told him that I don't care about the circumstances. His kid is not welcome in my home. If he wanted to take custody, I would grant him a divorce, but I'm not changing my mind. I am not taking care of another chick's kid. Edit. For all the people concerned about what a whip cracker I am and making my poor husband work 2 jobs, he has never had a full-time job since we've been together. Why you marry him then? Continuing. He works 2 part-time retail jobs now that add up to 40 to 50 hours a week. Okay. He currently only has supervised visitation with his kid. They see each other once or twice a month for a couple of hours with a social worker present. And for those who seem to think that I need to be the one to file for divorce, girl, you just said that you would. Okay. No, I will not. I am not the one who created this situation. If my husband wants to pursue custody, I have told him that I would not fight it. I will grant him an amiable divorce and let him be on his way. Okay. However, I am not going to waste my own time, energy, and money to do so. He is responsible for getting his own ducks in a row for the situation he created. That includes being the one to go through the headache of filing. Girl, you are the asshole. You are the asshole. I'm sorry. You're the asshole. Should have left him when he cheated on you, bitch. It'll be different. It would be different if he just got this girl pregnant and you just found out about it and y'all been together for 9 years and all this extra stuff. It'll be a little bit different. A little bit different. Bitch, he cheated on you a long time ago. You've known about this kid this whole time and you thought that your provisions were actually acceptable. They weren't. They never were. What you're trying to do is stay married to a man that you know stepped out on you. You should have left him in the very beginning. You can't police if he has his kid in his life or not. You cannot police if he has his child in his life or not. What the fuck is wrong with you? You come second to that baby. I'm sorry, you do. You should have left him when he cheated on you. Okay, it was the same thing with that, like a similar thing with that situation with that old story where basically that wife, I think they were together for like 20 years. Husband slept around with some girl who was way too young for him, got her pregnant. She ended up fleeing the country and left the baby with them. And the wife basically said, I'm getting a divorce and I'm leaving you because I'm not being with you with this kid, right? But like, I was just like I had told her, if you were going to stay, you can't tell him that he can't have his kid around. You can't tell him that kid is not allowed in the house. You can't tell him none of that shit. That's his child. If you don't like it, if you're not happy with it, you need to bounce. The fuck? You're 100,000% the asshole. And then this whole of who files and who doesn't file, bitch, get over your damn self. Get over yourself. If you're not going to leave the man, then you're going to have to put up with the fact that he is a father. You're going to have to put up with it. It is what it is. You need to get over it. The child's not going away. They're not going to just disappear. And that baby didn't do anything to you. Now, I get it if you don't want to actually like raise the kid and have to deal with a whole bunch of shit with the kid and have to be the one to be the initiator and organizing things with the kid and all that stuff. But you're going to be married to a man like this? That kid is partially your responsibility as well. I don't give a fuck what nobody got to say about nothing. There's no way in hell that as a partner, you're going to try to tell me that you're not going to help me with my kid in some way. Now, I'm not going to expect you to initiate my entire relationship with my kid. I'm not going to expect you to basically be more of a parent to my kid than I am. But if you're going to be with me, my child is part of that. We're a package deal. 2 and 2, baby. 2 for 1. Special. So it's like you can't pick and choose when this person gets to be a father. You don't get to pick and choose if the kid is going to be in your house or not. You can't police that. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm the type of person where I feel like if you're going to date somebody with kids, you're no different from a step parent. You're no different from a step parent. You're no different from an adopted parent. You're no different from a regular parent. Okay? If you are going to be dealing with someone who has children, you're going to have to be involved in some way, shape, or form. You can't just kick them out and push them out. Bitch, no. This is not Cinderella. You're not going to keep them locked up in the motherfucking attic, cooking and sweeping and playing with the mice. Like, you have to be involved. It is what it is. Like, the fact that he even agreed to these provisions is actually crazy. To me, personally. It's just crazy. Maybe y'all just did that because y'all trying to stay together and he didn't want to lose you or something. And he a piece of shit. Don't get me wrong. What he did to you was fucked up. But what you're doing is not making any sense. You cannot expect to be married to someone with a child and never see, hear, have any involvement with that child. That's not how life works. I'm sorry. It's just not. And you're putting unnecessary strain on yourself. You don't want to be with this person. This person tore your heart apart. They fucked you over. And you just, I don't know if you're just afraid of being alone. I don't know. But you just should have left. Because either you're going to deal with the hurt, deal with the betrayal, and move on with it and accept what is, which is this child being in y'all lives, not his life, y'all. You're either going to accept that and really move on, meaning that you're okay with being a step parent to this kid, or you're going to leave. Those are your 2 fucking options. You don't get to decipher if the kid gets to be around their parent or not. You don't have a say in that. You don't. Because at the end of the day, this is not just your husband anymore. This is your husband and their father. At the end of the day, this is your husband and their father. Always going to be your husband and their father. And as a matter of fact, it's their father and then your husband. If you want to be honest, you come second. I'm sorry, you come second. Because that kid is priority. So let's stop doing this, ladies. Let's stop doing this. If you know that you won't be able to get past the betrayal, if you know that you won't be able to look at this kid, be around this kid, which is completely understandable, it's okay if you cannot get past that. It's okay if it just hurts you, it cuts you too deeply that you can't deal with it. That's okay. But then you need to leave. You need to get a divorce. You need to be away from that person and let them live their life as being a new parent. But you do not stick around because that person no longer just belongs to you anymore. So yes, OP, you are the 100% the fucking asshole. And then why does your husband need supervised visits? Why does your husband have to work two part-time jobs? Why is your husband baby mama in jail? What the fuck y'all got going on? Too many questions, too many non-answers. Like, there's an update. Let's get into it. After posting, my husband and I continued to discuss the situation. I held firm and reiterated again. I would not live with a child. If my husband wants to pursue this, he will have to find other housing. Girl, and that's another thing. You trying to make this man find another house to put this kid in because you don't want to deal with it. Bitch. Oh, continuing. We discussed divorce. We discussed temporarily separating. We discussed a lot. We sat down and had a pretty big financial talk. He is not involved in our financial planning. I showed him the numbers he realistically had to work with. I told my husband the truth, that while I love him, I won't lose sleep if we divorce. He has to do what's right for his own happiness and his kid. Okay, perfect. Because what the hell is we talking about? Girl, good. You won't lose sleep. So why you with the man? What's going on? You don't even love the nigga no more. You don't even want his ass no more. So what? If you're not going to lose sleep over y'all divorcing, why are you still sitting here, Bookie? You should have left. Continuing. My husband had a big breakdown over that. There was a lot of crying, and he kept telling me that he loved me. He didn't want to lose me. I broke down myself. We had a real good cry together. He asked if we could go back to our marriage counseling. Girl, you are already lost. Like, you said you won't lose sleep over this man divorcing you, so why is you even sitting here? So, I made an appointment. Girl! We went. We discussed the same things above, but with a counselor present. Girl, why? Girl, if the counselor not going to help convince you that you got to be in this child's life, then why are we even doing this? Why are we playing these games? Continuing. It basically boils down to my husband being very overwhelmed and conflicted about everything. He confessed that he really didn't want to be an active parent, but felt like he was supposed to. There's some deep stuff in there about his own family and race ties into that. So complicated emotions. He is terrified of losing me, and he wants to prioritize our marriage. Hearing me say that I wouldn't lose sleep over divorcing him left him shook. Okay, if you didn't want to be involved in the child's life in the first fucking place, then why didn't you revoke your rights? Like, I'm just not understanding here. See, this is what I'll be talking about. Bringing children into situations like this. This is not fair to this child. Like, it's really not. It's really not. Continuing. Our counselor strongly suggested that my husband get into individual therapy and gave him some referrals. My husband has not pursued that. It did become pretty obvious to me that he is not in a place mentally or financially where he could take full custody, though. So the kid is now in Virginia with the maternal grandparents. My husband was actually going to go visit the kid for their birthday this weekend. I gifted my husband some airline miles to buy his plane ticket. I did his laundry last night while he was at work, so he has some clean stuff to pack. However, my husband dropped the ball on his trip. I had plans this afternoon, so I left early so I wasn't home when he was supposed to get up and leave. He stayed up late playing video games last night and overslept. Ended up missing his flight and couldn't afford last-minute tickets on another. He's in a pissy mood and is playing Elder Scrolls, now trying to get his mind off of it. So he's a man-child. He's a man-child. Thank you. And then the last little blurb, y'all, saying that she's going to have a little party with her friends, having some salsa and some margaritas or whatever the fuck. Both of you bitches some assholes. And the only person I feel bad for is that kid. This is the reason why I advocate so incredibly hard. This kid was brought into a situation with a mother who's obviously not fit because she's in jail. A father who couldn't give any less of a damn than he already does. Who will prioritize his obviously toxic and immature wife over this child's life. This child just had to have themselves uprooted and shipped off across the country to live with their grandparents. And their punk ass daddy couldn't even, I don't know, go to sleep on a good enough time so he can go visit them for their birthday this weekend. I advocate so fucking hard because this type of shit breeds people pleasers. Breeds people who are insecure. breeds people who feel like they're going to be abandoned, breeds people who feel like they're not good enough, breeds people who have insecurity in the literal word, not just like insecurities like I don't like a pimple on my face, or I don't like my shoulders, or whatever the fuck. Like insecurity, like you don't feel secure in your placement, you don't feel secure in your life, you feel like at any given moment stuff could just all go away. Nothing will ever be concrete, feeling like you never have a foundation. This type of shit breeds that type of mindset inside of people. And it only takes one time for something to be traumatizing. It only takes once. Knowing that their father couldn't step up to the plate because of their whiny wife who should have been fucking left because you wasn't going to get past the fact that he cheated on you. But instead of placing the anger and frustration with the person who betrayed you, you're placing the anger and frustration on the innocent child that had nothing to do with it. That's what's getting me. Like you're placing the rage with this kid as if the kid is the problem, when it's not the kid. It's your husband. Your husband's the one who dedicated themselves to you. Your husband's the one who promised to love you. Your husband's the one who promised their loyalty to you. And they betrayed that. But yet still your husband's the one getting the slap on the wrist, and the kid is the one getting treated like the devil's spawn. I'm not understanding. And I don't give a fuck. This is why I'm pro-abortion. This is why I'm pro-choice. This is why I am always about people getting psych evaluations and people's lives being evaluated before a child is brought into a situation. Because now this kid has to be bumped off on their grandparents, who's probably close to their 60s, if not further than that. Have to be bumped off on their grandparents. A father with a bum-ass father who can't even come visit them for their fucking birthday because they're too busy staying there playing video games. And knowing that they're hated by somebody that they didn't do anything to. And this is the reason why these type of individuals, not saying that they're bad people or anything, they go out into the world not being able to hold on to a stable relationship, not being able to properly communicate their emotions, being people pleasers, allowing people to treat them like shit, going through problems with people and dealing with problematic people and being a pushover because they don't want somebody to abandon them and leave them alone. People who can't leave relationships because they have a fear of being alone. Growing up feeling like they're never going to be good enough because the two people in the world who were supposed to love them, well, one of them just decided to choose crime and the other one just couldn't care less. They're too busy playing fucking, I don't know, piece of shit daddy scrolls. OP, you're a fucking asshole. Your boyfriend, husband, whatever the fuck his ass is, he's the fucking asshole. Y'all both are pieces of shit, and you deserve each other. And I feel bad for that child. And I hope that y'all get everything that's coming to y'all on this lovely holiday season. Okay? I just hope that those grandparents are good to that child. I hope that child can have at least a good life and at least some type of recovery, because no child should have to deal with this. No child should have to feel like they're not wanted. And I just feel bad for that poor baby because I didn't deserve that. All right. Y'all drop your opinions down below. I know I went on a little ranty. Y'all know how big I am about childhoods and mental health and growing up and parental figures and all that stuff. And yeah. You know what? Drop your opinions down below. Moving on. All right, society, that is it for this freaking video. I hope that you guys enjoyed. Y'all know how I am about freaking parental figures and stuff, so y'all know I have to do my little ranty at the end, but whatever. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support. I love you guys very, 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 very much. And for all the people who was checking in on me, asking me what's up, I thank you guys so much for reaching out. I know I've been gone, but I am back and I'm better, and we are good to finish off this year. I love you guys very, very, very much. Make sure you follow me on Instagram so you guys can see all the things I post for Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you. And please drop down below what y'all Thanksgiving meals are. If y'all doing a Friendsgiving or anything like that, I would love to know. I love you guys once again, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!